All right. Mexican.
Well, yeah, there you go.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and start the Warrenton Board of Alderman meeting for Tuesday, July 16, 2024. If you would, please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item be consent agenda items.
We have the regular and executive session minutes from July 2nd, 2024.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Go ahead and go with Crump, seconded by Alderman Rollmaker. Roll call vote.
Alderman Lang.
Yes.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Rollmaker.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next will be public comments. If you have anything you'd like to address us with, please come up to the podium. We'll give you 5 minutes to speak. State your name whenever you come up, please.
Good evening. Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Long. Thank you. All right, we'll try again. My name is Elizabeth Lum with Amundsen Davis. We are counsel for DG Properties LLC, who's the applicant on the site plan you're considering tonight. Wanted to take a few moments to remind you that what we are reviewing and approving tonight are a plat and a site plan. These are not zoning matters. This is not something in which the board can exercise its legislative discretion. This is an administrative matter in which the only inquiry is whether or not the plat and the site plan satisfy the criteria set forth in the code. And we know that they do. The reason we know that they do is because staff has thoroughly reviewed the plat and site plan, met with our client, addressed the city's concerns, and then recommended approval of both. I know we've heard some concerns from the city regarding traffic on Isabella. Isabella is located in partially commercial, partially residential area. The property and the curb cut on Isabella are located entirely within the commercial portion of Isabella. There will be no reason for any trucks to travel past the curb cut into the residential portions of Isabella.
Can you guarantee that?
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I can't really envision a scenario in which they would do it. I mean, I would think it would be less frequent probably than a moving van going back there. We do know also that Isabella is constructed to city commercial street standards. And we know that it is, again, completely within the commercial area. We did have our engineers run some calculations concerning the size of the curb cut there, the turning in, and whether there is room for cars stacking and entering onto 47, and the answer is yes, there is room for that. So once again, this is an administrative review in which this is, like I said, not a zoning matter, not one in which you can impress conditions. It's not a conditional use permit. Also, with regard to the proposed ordinance, we request that Section 3 be stricken. Highway 47 is under Missouri Department of Transportation's control and jurisdiction. We already have word from MoDOT that they will not approve a curb cut on 47. And that is it. I'm happy to answer any questions if you've got them.
By all means.
Just public comments.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else like to come up and speak? All right, next we'll hear from Board of Alderman comments. Any?
No.
Just wish our neighbors to the south good luck. I understand the water down in Trelo area, Marthasville, sure put some of our neighbors in pretty bad shape, so let's all pray that gets worked out for them.
Any other comments? All right, next will be the second reading of a bill number 38-24 that was tabled at the July 2nd, 2024 meeting. This will be the second reading. I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 38-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Lang. Roll call, or I'm sorry, read it.
I'm sorry, who was it?
Lang.
Lang.
Schultz was the first one, Lang was second.
Thank you. An ordinance of the City of Warrenton. An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri, approving the preliminary and final plat of the subdivision known as East Highway 47 Dollar General Subdivision.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Schultz,
No.
Alderman Crump,
No.
Alderman Quarter,
No.
Alderman Cullum,
No.
Alderman Romaker,
No.
Alderman Lang.
No.
Bill number 38-24 fails with a 6-0 on noes. Next will be second reading of bill number 39-24. I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 39-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman Schultz.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri, approving a site plan for certain property located on the east side of Highway 47 north of Isabella Drive.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Crump,
No.
Alderman Quarter,
No.
Alderman Cullum,
No.
Alderman Romaker,
No.
Alderman Lang,
No.
Alderman Schultz.
No.
Bill number 39-24 fails as well with a 6-0 on no. Next we'll hear from City Administrator Brandy Walters.
Good evening. I only have one informational thing for you tonight, and that is Ameren will be in the area over the next few months doing their tree cutting. So just so everyone is aware, they will be here doing that. That's all that I have for you tonight.
Any questions for Brandy?
Brandy, on that, they just do it. They don't talk to the owner or the property owner to the tree. They just trim it, don't they?
Right, they just trim it to make sure all the power lines are clear.
So they could put a V in a tree. So-
Absolutely.
So everybody knows that.
That's usually what they
realizes
do.
that,
Or they
so-
could chop them and make an L or
Yeah,
chop them
just
off.
whatever for
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
This is not the city cutting that.
Yes, this
Correct.
is the city.
It's not us doing
Trying to
it.
save you a couple phone calls.
Thank you.
We usually get that at some point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we'll hear from Building Commissioner Mike Cross.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have my monthly report. You see we're up to 36 homes. We've got 2 additional homes for review on my desk. See the new baseball training facility has got steel sticking up in the air now, so they're starting to move along pretty nicely.
Mike, how much, excuse me, I'm sorry, on the baseball, what kind of parking we got on there?
What kind of what?
Parking?
That whole right side is
The whole
all
right
parking
side
there.
is gonna be parking there.
Yes, it met the code for
Okay.
what they're using.
Somebody asked me about that, and I thought they did, so just want to verify. Thank you.
Absolutely. Pickney Ridge, Pickney Manor, everybody still continues building. Walnut Hollow, still punching holes in the ground. They bought a second phase now, so they're starting into that. Park Hills is building more houses now. He's up to 3, which is a good sign to see. And Ed Smelts continue his march all the way up Highway AA, so he's working his way all the way up there from the service road all the way there. So, doing a pretty nice job up there. He's getting all the infrastructure in right now. We're getting things prepared, so they're gonna start paving one section of that here pretty soon. And that's all I got for you, gentlemen.
Mike, do you know when, speaking of Ed, do you know when he's planning on breaking ground over here by the pool?
I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay.
I don't even have any plans on my desk yet.
Gotcha.
I would think probably in the next month or so.
Oh, okay, well,
Can we hear anything about the restaurant at the mall?
Not a word. I've spoke to him briefly, along with John Struckoff, about some permitting issues, but nothing at all. He's been very quiet.
What about the Shield Maiden?
The Shield Main
MK
area?
Ranch.
Yeah. M&K Ranch?
Yeah, they're going to be on next month's
Yeah,
agenda.
okay. Well, M&K will be on next month,
Excellent.
so.
Anybody else have any questions?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we'll hear from Lieutenant Justin Unger from the Warrenton Police Department.
Good evening. On top of the Chief's monthly report, the only thing I really had was a reminder for the National Night Out that's coming up on August 6th. This year, that's going to be in Wright City at Dyke Kroger Park. It's going to be from 5 to 9 p.m. So just wanted to throw that invite out and just remind the board and the public of National Night Out, and that's all I have from the police department.
How did the blood drive go?
The blood drive went well. I think we could have had a better turnout, but I need to look at the end results there on who won, the fire department or the police.
I want to know, did Tim approve of the food that was there?
I had nothing to do with the food that was there. Tim?
Yep.
Just Tim?
Yeah.
Tim wasn't good, huh?
No, I wasn't there either.
Oh,
No.
I got Girl Scout cookies. So,
That's what I got. A full box of them, which is nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Director of Planning and Development, Tim Burks.
Good evening. You have a copy of my monthly report for June. We had the Relax You Wellness Spa open up at 106 Southeast Street, Suite 104. It was the only business for last month. Do you guys have any questions? On the
What
monthly
street
report?
was it?
Suite 104.
Where's that located? I'm sorry.
It's on towards the end of the shop, towards Walton.
Okay.
Questions?
The first project is going to be the Hampton Inn Hotel Site Plan, SP 176. Bart Carmen of Lewis and Beatty Surveying and Engineering LLC, on behalf of SAMP Hospitality LLC, request a review and approval of a proposed site plan to build a 14,769 square foot Hampton Inn on 2-acre parcel of land west of Market Street, south side of Veterans Memorial Parkway. The site plan shows the construction of a 4-story, 80-room hotel building and associated improvements to the site. The subject site is Zone C3 Highway Commercial District and is surrounded by properties of the same zoning classification. So this is the same Hampton Inn that went through March 2024. The only difference, that one was 3 stories and this one is 4. So all other items on it stayed the same. The applicant has purchased the, closed on the property adjacent to the south, so the cross-access will not be needed, and they did change the parking configuration just a little bit, but everything else on the site plan stayed the same. Staff has reviewed the proposed site plan, and the proposed is consistent with Chapter 405 regulations of the Warrenton Municipal Code. All items and notices have been provided and completed as required by state and local law. This was presented at P&Z, where the motion passed 7-0 with 3 absent. Mr. Corman's here tonight to answer any questions if you have any. Do you have any for me?
how many entrances are there? I see one off of, is there one off of Market or Veterans Memorial?
For the record, Bart Corman, Lewis and Beatty. There are no entrances off of Market Street or Veterans Memorial. It's all off the internal street of the cinema development, and there'll be 2 of them off of there. One immediately after you turn off of Veterans Memorial, so you can come in that way, or you can go down and about almost to the start of the cinema, or now the church. You'd come in there. So, and there's a drive all the way around the building for access and internal flow.
So actually, the back of the hotel will be facing Market.
That is correct.
Is that by design? Is that what they wanted?
Yes. So when we're doing the search for this property and everything, highway visibility was key, and so facing it west and towards the north was key towards I-70, as well as if you can kind of know how the lay of the land is. The Denny's restaurant and the other hotel sit up on kind of a hill and block that area quite a bit. So that direction, there's really no visibility there. So they concentrated the visibility towards the west and the north from there.
Makes sense. Bart, I only have one question.
Sure.
I know we were at a 3-story, and I know that was questionable with the fire trucks, ladder capability. Adding a story, does that change anything with them?
Not to my knowledge. I think that they even talked with Tim, if I remember right.
I haven't received anything from the fire department.
They addressed it at P&Z.
We spoke with them.
Yeah, Scott was there at P&Z, so.
They addressed it at
We did our
P&Z.
code
That was the
change.
biggest thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fire department said it was fine.
Okay, as long
And the
as
fire marshal said they could technically go, I think, 10 stories.
Yeah, we're not going 10 stories.
I know, I'm just saying, he made sure that they were well within their means.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're in good shape. And it will be sprinklered and all that, so.
And it's been a while since we addressed that with the sit-down with the fire department. That's why I was asking. I know there was concerns, and they may have addressed those concerns since then, so. I don't think I got anything else. Anybody? Okay. Thanks, Bart.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bart. Mr. Foreman.
I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 45-24.
So moved.
Second. 4724.
45-24.
She got on there then.
Okay, who was the second? I'm sorry.
I got it.
Okay. Motion made by Alderman Quarter, seconded by Alderman Crump.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton approving a site plan for a tract of land located on Veterans Memorial Parkway.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 45-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Rollmaker. Second to Alderman Lang.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton approving a site plan for a tract of land located on Veterans Memorial Parkway.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Rollmaker.
Yes.
Alderman Lang.
Yes.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Bill passes 6-0. Go ahead.
The next project is the TGL 2 subdivision, SUBD 124 preliminary/final record plat. TGL Properties LLC has submitted an application for a preliminary/record plat for a 4.96 acre area of land on the east side of Highway 47 north of Walton Street. Preliminary plat application is to divide the current commercial lot and create a new plan unit development, PUD, for multifamily housing along with a record plat. The subject site is Zone C2, General Commercial District. The preliminary plat is the first step into subdividing the property. The plan shows a preliminary design of 2 lots. Lot 1 is 3.68 acres, where the current shopping center is located. Lot 2 is 1.29 acres and will be the location for the proposed plan unit development. The site plan shows easements required to provide municipal services to the lot in the future. The record plat is the final step in the process of subdividing the property. Once the plan is approved and recorded, the proposed lot configuration will be finalized. The final record plat has been submitted with the preliminary plat and as permitted by city code. The staff has reviewed the preliminary/final record plat and found the proposal is consistent with Chapter 405, the zoning regulations of Warrenton Municipal Code. All items and notices have been provided and completed as state and local law requires. There is no public comments. This was presented at P&Z, where the motion passed to approve 7-0 with 3 absent. Do you have any questions for me?
What kind of apartments are these? Are these two-bedroom, one bedroom?
There's going to be 2 units, that is 4, and 2 units that are 2, for a total of 12 units on the PUD. That's the project that's coming up next.
And this is just subdividing, right now?
This is just
Okay.
the subdivide, correct?
Any more questions? I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 46-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman Romaker.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri approving the preliminary and final plat of the subdivision known as TGL2 subdivision.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 46-24.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman McWhorter, seconded by Alderman Lang.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri approving the preliminary and final plat of the subdivision known as TGL2 subdivision.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
Alderman Romaker,
Yes.
Alderman Lang,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz,
Yes.
Alderman Crump,
Yes.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Bill passes 6-0.
Okay, the last project is the TGL2 PUD. It's PUD-003. TGL Properties LLC has applied for a planned unit development PUD to develop a 1.29 acre parcel of vacant land on the east side of Highway 47 north of Walton Street. The PUD is requested to allow 4 residential buildings, 2 4 units, and 2 2-unit buildings for a total of 12 units. The subject site is currently zoned C2 General Commercial, and the proposal seeks to establish a PUD on the property to allow 12 residential units to be constructed in 4 buildings. Under the analysis, there was 8 items that I listed. The first item was the insufficient site size. Okay, the proposal site for the PUD is 1.29 acres. However, the section 405.125 of the Plan Unit Development Regulation requires a minimum size of 3 acres. The discrepancy in the size renders the proposal non-compliant with the basic requirements for the PUD. You know, the lack of detail of the ownership and ownership transfer requirements and maintenance ownership covenants were sent over to me at the last minute for the PUZ. But under the couple other items, the integration issue between residential and commercial use. The proposal inclusion of a residential use onto the commercial property has not been well integrated. Their anticipation of conflicts between land use, particularly where the residential portion of the property would directly abut the loading area of the commercial properties. No mitigation feature has been included in the proposal to reduce or eliminate these concerns, leading to potential conflict of issue for residents. The proposal PUD does not meet the intent of the PUD standards set forth by the city code. The proposal of the purpose of the PUD is to allow flexible development standards and innovative design, but the current proposal falls short of these objectives. There would be an additional fire hydrant. It's proposed and required to comply with fire requirements. This was presented at P&Z. There were no public comments, and the motion was made to approve, to deny the TGL2 PUD. That motion passed 7-0 with 3 absent. Do you have any questions for me?
So just to clarify, the motion they made was to deny.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So they
That
voted
motion- that
in the
motion passed.
affirmative to deny it.
Yes.
Any questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 47-24.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman McWhorter.
An ordinance approving the planned unit development for TGL2, a proposed planned unit development located on the east side of Highway 47 and north of Walton Street.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 47-24.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Lang.
I'm sorry, Mayor, who was for?
Schultz was the first one, Lang was the second one.
An ordinance approving the planned unit development for TGL2, a proposed planned unit development located on the east side of Highway 47 and north of Walton Street.
Roll call vote?
Alderman Romaker?
No.
Alderman Lang?
No.
Alderman Schultz?
No.
Alderman Crump?
No.
Alderman Quarter?
No.
Alderman Cullum?
No.
Bill fails 6-0 in the negative, or no. Brandy, I'm just going to take a moment before we move on to the next section. Due to the traffic issues, do we want to try and do that closed workshop after this, or no?
Oh, do you want to do a workshop after this?
Certainly can. Legal.
I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting and go into executive session or for closed workshop.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by
Mr. Mayor, just to be clear for the record, we're going to closed session pursuant to 610-021, subsection 1.
exactly what he advised.
6:10.
I think I picked up on subsection, sorry. Roll call vote?
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. We adjourned, and we'll be going into closed session here soon.